Now that the template has been affixed to the inlay material, we need to set up the plunge router to cut a void. Because we're cutting a void, we put the bushing on the bearing like so, and then plunge the router to its fullest depth. Then I like to put a template up on the router base and a piece of material that is the same thickness as the inlay material that's going to be put into our coaster here. When the plunge, if you can barely fill the router, that tells you that the depth of cut is going to be about the same thickness as the inlay material, and that's where we're at right now. So now that it's ready to go, I'm going to clamp my inlay assembly here to my workbench because nothing moves during the cutting process other than the router. And as you can tell, everything is secured into place. It's time to start routing. I'm going to route out the void in 2 passes. The first pass is going to be to remove the majority of the material. Then I'm going to vacuum out all of the debris. Then I'm going to take a second pass, and on the second pass I'm going to keep my bearing in constant contact with the template wall, so that way I get a nice sharp edge for my inlay to fit into. Okay, the first cut has been made, so now I'm ready to do the second pass. And on the second pass, I'm going to keep the bearing in constant contact with the template wall as I make my entire pass, so I get very sharp edges for my inlay to fit into. After that, then I'll go back and forth and remove these little knobbies. Now that the void's cut, we have to take the template off. I always like to use a paint scraper to remove the template, and just work the paint scraper back and forth a little bit, and you can pry up a little. These things are somewhat pliable, but you can snap them, so be careful.